start over on YouTube as well, just so we have it saved. Okay. So let me double check, make sure this is all working well. Working fine over there. So let's check out Twitch real quick. So it's a lot faster on Twitch than it is on YouTube. I think it has to do with the latency, and I thought I had it set to... I'm not seeing it. I thought they had a latency option. Maybe they don't. Alternate, no. It's not really meant for kids. They can watch though. It's not. Try not to swear or nothing. Yeah, I thought they had. Anyone can message. I don't know how to change. Anyways, let's, I guess, get to it. So what the issue is we don't really need this open. Well, I mean, we do, but we need to get animations, and that's what I haven't really been working on. I should have worked on that and got that done, and then we could have kind of moved forward working on this. But I think the animations will probably be the last of what we need to do, just because of what is it? We are... Oh, what is it? Hang on, I'll remember here in a second. Turn the fan. There we go. One, I got lights up now, so as you can see, so you have right here is for YouTube. I haven't set that quite up yet. The middle one won't change. That's kind of one of my favorite colors. It's kind of like a light blue with a little bit of green added in, which I have to find. I mean, it's not quite that. We'll have to change it. And then you got back there we have like the Twitch color. So if you're on Twitch, you can change the Twitch one. If you're on YouTube, you can change the YouTube one, but it's not quite working how I want it to. Twitch is working fine, but I haven't quite set up YouTube yet, and I just need to figure out how to do it exactly. So that's kind of where we're at with those lights. The other lights behind me are based on the music. So if you guys hear the music in the background, it's hang on, where's it at? Here it is. Oh, let me go here real quick as well. I don't know where that is. Oh, wait, what? It's like... Okay, so now we're having an issue because I cannot see... So it goes up. Give me 1 second. We need to figure out what's going on. Let me go to display settings. Then we're going to go up here with this. Apply. Some stuff probably happened. Hopefully nothing too bad. I was hoping to be able to see the Firebot. Oh, I kind of messed up. I think. Move this back down. There we go. Apply. There we go. Shoot. The issue is I have Firebot and I cannot see the Firebot. And like, oh yeah, use, Windows Shift left and right, or Windows key and then left. It's not working. The other way, I thought you could do... Like, I'm seeing it come down, but then it's like going up. Let's identify these monitors really quick. 3, 2. So if we bring 2 up. Okay, apply. Let's minimize. Okay, here we go. So where is... It's up higher than that even. Oh my gosh. Hang on, let me... Can't move it up any higher than that. Okay. The Firebot is just like out of this world. I don't know where it's at. Which means I can't turn it on, so I need to... So how to move a window in, hang on, let's first of all, let's do our bookmarks. Let's hide our bookmarks. So let's go over here. How to move a window in Windows when the Win key and left aren't working. Oh, Alt spacebar. Okay, so let's select Alt spacebar. Oh, followed by M to move. Okay, so hang on. So let's Alt spacebar M. Okay, so let's set this again. So Alt spacebar M. Ah, I found you, my friend. There we are. So we can turn on our chat and events. So that should work now, so that anything with Firebot should come up. Or dealing with Firebot, perfect. I forgot about the Alt spacebar. But yeah, so what I did is I have this set up. So like I said, lights, YouTube only. Nobody can touch that one. Then there's the Twitch one where people on Twitch, it's when you change the color, channel points like 100. I set it for 30 seconds, so, but I think it'll last longer. So if anybody wants to, I've been testing it and it just does not change back. So you can change it. I can set it back though, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so if anybody wants to check that out, you can. It's set up by color. If you go to, I have Lumia Stream open. Should have it open. Hang on. Here it is. So if we open up and we hang on, let me go to our commands. Let me bring this over. If we go to the last step. Oh wait. Oh no. I saw that again. Shoot. It's this one now. Okay, I thought I saw something going on. So it's done. So next step. Yeah, so it should be 30 seconds for literally anybody. Oh, I did see. And then here, yeah, so if you go to this website, put that in real quick. These are, so when you select it, it'll ask you to type in a color. Here's all the colors. So there's just a ton of different colors that you can choose from if you want. Oh, I can't really type this out. You can literally highlight it and you copy it. But yeah, if you just scroll down, there's just a ton of colors. Pick one, doesn't matter. Like I said, it should be 30 seconds, but more than likely it won't be for 30 seconds. Yeah, geez, there's a ton of colors. So that's something you guys want to do. The other thing that we could do is I could set this up to do a hex instead, so that you guys would just go look up, hey, you know, I want, you know, what color is this in hex, and then you can just copy that out and put it in. But I haven't set that one up yet. It's not too hard. I can probably get that done pretty quick. Like I said, I do have more lights. Basically, the lights that I have back there are these ones. They're just like the Philip Hughes light. So if I could add some more, I could put some. I haven't done anything yet down here. I do have some stuff I probably could put up there, which I don't know exactly what I want to put there yet. As you can see, I have in the background, I have the Godot little gear guy. I have Bean from the Pirate Software thing. I have a Marine sign. I was active in the Marine Corps. Now I'm still a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. I have a little globe over, like a little, like a ball, which has like different angles of mirrors that light can hit off of it. You know, some plants and stuff up there. So tons of fun stuff. I can change the colors if you guys don't like the background. I have it set to high. I don't want extreme. Extreme's a little crazy. I have it set to the music. So if this music specifically is the Apple Music that you're hearing, which I can't hear right now. See, and it kind of goes with the music. But I can lower it down if that's something that anybody needs. I have no problem doing that. But anyways, let's get to working on our animations. I just got to remember where they're at. Let's... Don't think it was this one. Close... Oh, I'll close that. I'm trying to find the other one that had the animations of how to do that. Was definitely not that one. It's not that one. So I'm thinking those. First of all, the movement we do have, or did I get? I think I got rid of all the movement. No, I did not. So we have all the movement still. We can. I think what we need to do though is, so if we go into, so let's if we go to blueprints, character, player. So we'll do a animation blueprint using our skeleton. Animation blueprints, player, movement, anim. Save that, open it up. So we have all the default ones, right? So here's all the normal ones that you would find. So if we were to connect this up, you know, here is our compile. So here's our idle, or because we're not, like I said, we're not jumping in this. I decided that I don't think jump would have been a good idea. This is more going to be the movement. Later, let's say I do the plugin. I do, you know, a movement plugin. I'll do an inventory plugin. I'll do like a HUD plugin, so that I can then just. And they're going to be different kinds too. I have to figure out how to. Because the movement, it's not really movement, right? It's more top-down versus 3D. Or not 3D, third person. So I need to figure out how to switch between them so that, you know, hey, I want this game to be third person rather than top-down, or I want this game to be top-down rather than third person. I just need a way to kind of... It's going to have to be, I know, combined, right? All in one file, but I need to figure out how to switch between, you know, which one I want to use, and not allowing the you know, whoever, let's say I make this into a game, I don't want that to be an option in the game. You know, I just want it to be third person. I don't want them to be able to choose a different angle. I mean, you know, zooming in and out is one thing, but, you know, specifically top down, it's you know, different game types. So I want to make sure I'm doing that correctly. So I'm not seeing. These are all. Okay, so that's not what I'm looking for. Where was it? I found it before. So I'm not seeing it though. So setting up. Okay, so that's what first thing we need to do. We need to figure out our blend space too as well. So compile. So where would we put our blend space? So that's our animation blueprint. So we should have a so there's nothing here. So let's do characters player and then maybe a new folder for, I don't know what it would be though. Let's just do an animation. So we have our blueprint, right? That's only for the blueprints. So our You know, our Anna blueprint or your BP blueprint, blueprint for taste controller, which I don't know what this one's for. I don't even remember making it. I probably did though. So the character now in the animation, you know, we'll do our blend space 1D for this mannequin. So we'll do blend space movement. And usually with a top-down game, you point and click. I'm not sure if that's something that I do want to do because, well, or if I want to kind of have a top-down, you have to use the controller. I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, I think using your WASD keys with the mouse and then left and right click, you know, I mean, I think I don't know. We'll have to look at Diablo again and kind of see how that's set up. Okay, so we don't really want idle. Walk in place. Okay, so that's actually one of theirs. All right. I'm going to change this song because I don't know what it is. I don't like it. It's not my type of music. If you guys like it, you know, let me know. I can easily put it back, I think. I just hit the back button. So oh, I saw the category assumed category. I didn't. Oh shoot! Okay, did the right category. Okay. Oh yeah, I was a pogue, I guess, a personnel other than grunt. When I was this was a small systems computer specialist at first, then changed to tactical network specialist, and then they got rid of that when after I got out. I think in 2007. I was in 2001 to 2005. So, Naples. No, I'm very. But actually, first. I don't know if the things went off. It should have. So usually I think it's everybody's first message. The lights flicker or something. But welcome in. It was a Lesbians at War. I hope you're having an awesome day. But yeah, no, actually my nephew wants to go in the Air Force. My aunt was in the Air Force and my grandfather was in the Air Force. So, and then my dad was I think he was in the Army. And then, my biological father, then yeah. Yep, pretty much. And then my dad was a doctor in the Navy. And then I'm like, everybody did everything, so I'm just gonna go in the Marine Corps because I like their uniforms, really. I remember when I was a kid, a lot of their uniforms, like what was it? It was like some. Let me see if I can find one old 80. Well, it'd be early 90s, maybe. No, shoot. Let me see if I can find it. Because they were doing something, like they were climbing up something. It was like some sort of rock monster or something. I don't know. Oh wait, the 98 rite of passage ad. Oh. But yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I'd watch all the Marine Corps commercials that would come on. I don't remember any like the Army or Navy ones or any of the other ones. Yeah, my family was there. I guess yeah. Oh wow, yeah, dang. I would have honestly. Let me think. When I was in, I mean, like I said, I was in 2001. And they just treated everybody like shit. Well, all the recruiters are nice, at least to me, and what I've seen with a lot of like the female, like we had a number of females, we had a number of, just a collaboration of different, everybody. And my recruiter seemed really awesome with everybody. It was usually, we'd go once a week to some depot that was near us, some reservist station. Well, usually on Thursday nights from 6 to 9. So we would, just do, whatever, exercises, and then there's we'd play basketball or we'd run, for a couple miles. It's just, but then it was kind of rotated between the different recruiters too. So, it's usually there was always one recruiter there, and then it would just kind of rotate. But then, you could talk to your own recruiter, but it was more like a kind of like a collaboration thing to do stuff together. And I remember, as far as I remember, nobody, at least where I was that way at all. They're like, yeah, come on in. At least from what I've seen now, behind, people were away and, individuals kind of talking, then I don't know, but it seemed like they were pretty. And even when I went through boot camp, everybody was treated like crap. So, and even when even during my time, never hit captain. Little did he know I got Army. Oh wow! In 24 years, I got for medical health reasons, but. Oh dang! Well, congratulations on that. I've always wondered what would happen if, I would have stayed in, but I'm happy I got out, but I'm like, well, what would have happened? It's just kind of one of those things, because I enjoyed my time. Boot camp was hell. But once I got out, I didn't go through, the enlisted, or I went through the enlisted track, not the officer track. But yeah, that is why, I don't understand. I just don't understand. There's no reason for any of that. It's just mind-boggling in my opinion. If someone wants to come in, serve their country, come on in, man. I come on. That's the way I look at it. You want to be here, and at least at my level when I was enlisted, you want to come in and kind of be super low and have to do all the work, and then slowly work your way up. Or even if you're an officer, I don't know how officers were, but not necessarily treated, but I don't know how they interacted. I know how enlisted did, and then he had oh man. Oh shoot, what do we call the second lieutenants? Butter bars, that's what we call them. We call them butter bars. Just because they're fresh, and they had a lot of ideas, whether they were good ideas or not. We followed orders, but I don't know. Like I said, if you're willing to do all that work, like I said, come on. We could use everybody we can get. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the downside of sometimes being in the military. Like me, I was so I got bored with my job because because we had a lot of, I guess, tests, and I'm gonna put that in quotes like I did, because it wasn't like anything specific. It's like our NCOs or our staff NCO, had us do tests related to our equipment, and to know everything. Well, at that time, one of the other things, so I had no issues with that. I knew my job very well, a lot better than some of the other people would, but I also did really well in the PFT. I did everything I was required of me, so I got promoted very quickly. There's people that were there that 4 years, and they were still at PFC or Lance Corporal because they were Lance Corporal, or because they were just messing up. It's not hard to to me. It's just I followed everything and just kind of but I'd never really experienced any of that. I mean, like, we had people like our staff NCOs get kind of mad, but I'd never seen anything political. I think that's more probably at the officer level would be because isn't that like, how do you, isn't like to get promoted through in the officer, isn't that more related to I don't want to say Congress, but because I know the like the generals and stuff were, but isn't that kind of like more political in the, I think it would be more political because in the, I guess it would be not as much in the enlisted side, because when you're promoted up through in the enlisted side, it's more other enlisted at that higher level looking at you to see if you should be promoted. Because I know there's the staff NCO boards and whatnot. So once you're going into, to be a staff sergeant, for example, there's a number of, like, you had to, like, I don't really remember exactly. I've seen it a couple times, and that was back a long time ago. But you had to, like, have a picture done, and then you had, in, like, your, at least he had it in his class C's, so, or dress, wait. I don't even remember what they're called. Because you got dress alphas, which could be, oh no, dress blues. Okay, so you got dress blues, and then you had your, it was kind of interesting. So you had your dress blue alphas, and then your dress blue bravos, I believe, had longer arms. Oops. Yeah, had your like a button-down shirt with your, and then your dress blue Charlies were the short sleeve shirts. So he had, but then you had the other ones, so not the dress blue ones, but you had, because then we had like the green pants too. So it was, yeah. And I don't remember what those were called off the top of my head, but he was wearing those where he had like the green pants, the tan shirt, all his medals and ribbons, the rank. And then you submit that with picture with whatever they need to be written about to see if you get promoted or not. Which I think, honestly, I mean, like, my MOS kind of sucked because when I was in, you had to, or it took forever. Like, our MO, it was closed most of the time. So, which means that nobody gets promoted. And then when it did open, it was at like 1600 or, yeah, 1650, 1600, 1650, 1700, 1800 I've seen. But when I got promoted at 1640. So it only took me, think. Let's see, I got promoted when I was in Iraq in 2003. I got out in 2005. So I was only in for 2 years. Yeah, actually, it was just over 2 years, and I got promoted from a lance corporal to a corporal. Hang on, I think. Or was it? No, it's 2004. My bad. It was September 1st of 2004 is when I got. So it's 3 years. I mean, just over 3 years. So, and like I said, most people, they don't get promoted that fast. So, like I said, I worked my butt off when I was in. So I think I could have probably gotten to a staff NCO, which would means I could just coast for the next that I got out. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Yeah, I think at the officer level, it's a lot more political than it would be at the enlisted level. Oh, ads are running for 90. That goes to ads. Oh, I will hold off. I don't know how to switch. Oh, shoot. Where? I don't even know where to go. I know there's ads running. Oh, okay. Oh, you don't get ads. Doesn't show. Okay. Yeah, try not to do too much additional so that everybody can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so that's that, though. So we don't need any of this. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed my time in. I wanted to be on one of the Mews, but that didn't happen, so you can go out on a ship with the Navy, and then you, like, the 22nd Mew, I think, goes to the Mediterranean area. And I think, let me see. Let's see if they even tell. Oh, 24 is the Eastern Mediterranean. Okay, so what's the 22nd? Oh, so it's just basically the 22nd, 24th kind of go on the same area. So where's the 24th Mew? I thought the 24th was based out of there too. I'm pretty sure, like, I was pretty sure that you had the 24th and 22nd were based out of Camp Lejeune. Oh, let me bring this over real quick so you guys can see what I'm typing. Use our oh, 26. So okay. Yeah, and they all kind of go, I guess it seems like they all go like I think the mentioned 24th was like the Baltics and stuff, Norway. So you can I wanted to kind of get out, but eventually it ended up being I went to oh, thanks for the follow as well. I do anonymous follows. Just because I don't, sometimes people come in, they'll follow and not really say much, and I don't want to kind of call them out if they want to lurk. But yeah, so I was trying to get a Mew because I wanted to kind of get out and experience different places. But what happened is I ended up going to ended up deploying with a oh my gosh, infantry company. There we go. And we went to Afghanistan, but before we left, we had a let me think. We worked with Inmarsat phones. So basically what an Inmarsat is, it's a satellite telephone. I don't know Imar, but the sat is satellite. But the Inmarsat, you have a couple different types. You have the kind that you flipped up the antenna and you could talk on like a real phone. There's another type that we use is you post a antenna down on the ground, and then there's like a base station, kind of like a normal older style phone that you could use. Well, we used that because we needed to hook that up to our equipment. When I was in, like I said, I was a tactical network specialist, so we connected our network to be able to run back and talk to, whoever we needed to talk to. We could, if communications went down, we could use that in order to connect computers, make phone calls and stuff like that. So we spent, I think it was like $10,000 in one weekend. They're like, what did you do? So we spent quite a bit of money. But then we didn't do that anymore. But yeah, so we were able to, because then they also created, I don't know who they worked with, but they worked with maybe Cisco or someone. They created a whole new device. It was like maybe about 3 U's in height, but it wasn't like the height wise, but it wasn't like as wide or as deep. So basically it had a router, it had a switch, and then there's some other things that it had with it as well. But yeah, we hooked that all up and we were able to get, be able to communicate. So, and then when I went over, it was fun at first, and then the sergeant did not like me for some odd reason. I don't know. So he basically had me stay with the grunts for a while. So I was doing guard duty, and so they were pulling 12-hour shifts instead of 8. Yeah. So they eventually then had me go back. I was kind of annoyed by this. But yeah. And then I came back. I think we're good there though. Let's check it out real quick. But I came back. So we were only supposed to be there for 3 months. Then Iraq happened. So we need to add a speed variable. Okay, so we'll have to figure out. I need to add a speed variable. I don't know if I need to do it in. I can do it here. So we can note the variables. I just have to remember how to figure out how to do the speed. But yeah, so then we went to. I came back. After 6 months, so I got my overseas ribbon because you get those after 6 months. So instead of being there 3 months and leaving, we were there for 6 months. So I got that. I came back and And let's see, I was in Afghanistan in 2003, so it was snowing. So let me think. September, I was out. Yeah, so we came back. I was back for about 6 months, and then I got onto a deployment to Iraq, which I stayed there for 6 months. And then came back. And then I was all like, even during all this time, like before I left Afghanistan, when I came back for 6 months, and then when I came back after Iraq, I was on a quick reaction force team. So like we had to use radios to do communication, like I think it was UHV radios. So that was always fun too. And then one time, like for a week, we couldn't communicate. We couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, the crypto was bad, so we had to put encryption on so that, nobody could understand what you're saying. Well, either their side was wrong or our side was wrong, but then we kind of went back to our guys, and then they contacted them, and they kind of worked it all out to make sure we were on the same one. We got it all working. Yeah, they were mad about it not working, so I didn't get in trouble for that. And then there was like I think there was a 2-star, I think it was a 2-star general that was in charge of the Camp Lejeune, and I think a 3-star came by with a number of other generals and high-ranking officers. So then they pulled us all, like we had field day. So basically that's where we clean our rooms, like spotless. Like we had to do it every week. You'd sit down and literally make it spotless, because they'd come through and like look for, like they'll look at their finger, they'll run across and look. If you had any issues, you got docked. If you got docked 3 points, then you were in trouble for the whole weekend. You were all you could do is just clean. So let me see. I don't know if I have. Maybe we can use. Hang on. Let's use maybe chat this time. It's a little shorter than Grok or whatever. I'll have that for free. Rock. Something. So how to add speed to a blend space. I cannot remember. So we'll just let that go. But yeah, so during our thing, or after we did our thing, everything was clean. All we had to do was take our trash out. I got a call at like 2 a.m. So then we all had to come in, and then we set up. So we went from 2 a.m. till like 5 p.m. where we were just like, we'd drop in a location, we'd set it up, we'd communicate for a little bit, and then we had to pick up and move somewhere else to show that we can move as needed. Then the okay, set the horizontal axis to speed. Here we go. Name this speed. And then, oh, yeah, that's right. We got to look at what the speed is. But that, we kept jumping around. And then by the time we got back, because my roommate forgot to take the trash out, the only thing they had an issue with is that we had garbage spewed everywhere. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, because it was in a bag by the door. I forget. I mean, I don't remember why we didn't take it out. I forget. I think we had something that we were going to clean up again in the morning. We just wanted to dump everything in the same garbage bag or something. But yeah, it was spewed out everywhere. So I had pictures and everything. And I'm like, okay, we left the garbage bag in the room. Was there any other, I didn't say this. Was there any other issues? No. So I had that in my little document that there was garbage spewed everywhere. I'm like, why is that even there? So when I was getting out, like, I was looking through all of this paper documentation. I just went yoink and I pulled it out. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably would have got in trouble. What are they gonna do? Nothing. Oh yeah, so we need to actually find the speed real quick. So we go here. So if you look at our max speed, 600. Yeah, it was, I mean, I had a lot of fun when I was in. Like, we did some crazy stuff. Some crazy stuff happened too, which I usually don't talk too much about, but 600. All right, let's switch this to 600. from 0 to 600. Oh shoot. Where? Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay. But yeah, it was. I had a. I don't know. I had so. I mean, let me think. So when we. I could. Oh my! I got a couple stories. They're not stories, but things going on. Like there was a. One of the things that happened was when we. What is this? Oh no. Okay, let's delete that real quick. Bring this back out. No. We want it is this one. There we go. Speed. Okay, so there we go. Now see how that was like way over here. It's like uh-oh. But no, so when I was in like Afghanistan, for example, we could not stop at all. Like we could slow down to a certain speed limit, but we could not stop. And you got like people knew that there, so yeah, we had to be really careful when we were going to be like, because all right, so I was at the embassy there, so I don't know, I think we left back in like, was it 2022 or something, whenever we got like, or no, it was 23 or so, whatever. When did we leave? I have so many windows open. Hang on, let's see. So many windows. We can close that window. We want that one open. What's this one? So I was trying to find out how to hook my Mackie I have into my computer, but have it split audio so that it wouldn't it wasn't working. I need to figure that out still. All right, so we want to. Oh, I forget what we were doing. Oh, let's take a look at our Chat GPT though. Where's chat? Here we go. So create. Okay, we did the blend space. Oh, so yeah, so we couldn't really stop. So when there was any issue, let's say someone was riding a bike, we tried to get over, to kind of go around them, but he kind of, like, I was in the vehicle behind the lead vehicle, so we moved over, but he moved over too. Like there was no reason for him to do that, so we're kind of like suspicious, but so we were trying to get around him. Well, when he was moving over, we were speeding up, and he kind of hit the vehicle, and this, like, he came by the embassy with his broken bike, and we just gave him a new bike. He seemed to be all right, and that's all he wanted was his bike. We don't need 2D walking. Add the animation. Drag animations. Okay, we did that. Drive the character in the event graph. In the event graph? Oh. So if we do speed... Get speed. Wait, hang on. So it's get velocity. Wait, hang on. Equals set speed float. We don't have the all right. How do I? All right. I'm gonna have to. I don't know how to do this in the I don't know how to do this in here. But yeah. So he came back and he had a. We gave him a new bike, and he was all happy about that, and he kind of just rode off, from what I was told. Then there was also one of the workers there. Like, a lot of the, this is one of the reasons I found out I really can't have curry too much, is because when I was... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot, we'll save everything. I didn't mean to postpone. So this is when I found out I get heartburn when I have curry, because that's all they ever had was... Most of the meals was curry, so I had to try to figure out what I could eat that was not the curry that they were serving, because I was getting heartburn from it. So I didn't eat very well, unfortunately, for a little bit, because I'm like, I can't Like if I like I have to eat, so I'd eat curry, then I'll go get like Malax or something, and then just try to get rid of the heartburn that would come with it, just so that I could have food, because they didn't really have a whole lot of other stuff or other options. I mean, breakfast and lunch were fine, but just dinner was 9 times out of 10 it was curry, which I had no problem with. I mean, I eat curry even now, but I mean, it's kind of interesting because when I have it now, I don't get that heartburn. So they must have. Because I just use curry powder. I don't like mix all the other things. So there could have been something in it that was giving me that reaction. I don't know, but it was, I mean, like I said, it was good. It just, you hate it when, you know, you're having something really good, but then you get heartburn from it, like Monster Assault, right? Freaking love Monster Assault. I can't have Monster Assault because it gives me heartburn. And that took me ever to figure out too. So I used to be a security guard. I've done a lot of jobs, so I used to be a security guard. I don't know. I keep talking. I'm gonna have to work on this off stream too, but just so I can kind of move forward, because I don't know exactly what I need to do. This is saying to do. Oops, no, not that one. This. So it's saying, hey, you know, so where do you get velocity from? But anyways, so when I was a security guard, like my shift sucked. It was I would have to be at work super early, so I worked as a security guard for a company that one of their things was a UPS. So anybody coming in, we had to wand them and let them through. And then we had to like check all the truck drivers too to make sure they were like allowed. What was it? So like my shifts were usually in the morning, like dark 30 in the morning type of morning. I think it started at like 2:30 in the morning. I think I had to be there at, and then it usually went till right when sun was coming up, so right around 6ish. So I was drinking. I'm like, I need something to pick me up and go, right? So I was drinking some that Monster. I'm like, oh, Monster's all right. So then I'm like, oh, they got different flavors. So I started drinking different flavors, figuring out which one I like. I love Monster Assault. Then all of a sudden, I started getting like chest hurting. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have appendicitis. You know, this is really sucks. So I just I'm gonna stop drinking everything. You know, stop eating. Just eat. You know, things I know that I'm fine with. And then eventually, you know, the pain went away. It took a little bit. Eventually the pain went away, and it comes to find out that, and then I had that again. And then I got like the heartburn. I was like, oh, that's so good. And I can't have it anymore. So I just haven't drank it since. I should probably try it again. Maybe something's changed and it's better. 200 for walk. I have it set to 300. So we don't need the Y. So we did 1D, which is fine. 1D, which is fine. The skeleton. Double click the open. So we did that. We did 1D. We dragged the animations on. I set my walk to 300 and like right in the middle. Drive speed from the character movement in the character animation blueprint. In the event graph, extract speed from the character. Get velocity. Can we get velocity? Maybe we can. Nope, we cannot. If I do, so we can get velocity. Length. Wait, no, hang on. What is it? Vector length. Okay. I don't think this is gonna work. I can length. Yeah, see, so let me do I have another one? That's the question. Let's look real quick. So if we look under projects, archive. Take a look at this real quick. I don't think it was my project. I don't know which one it was. Might have been this one even. Okay, we'll figure out which one it is. I'm opening a couple. Hopefully it doesn't bog down my computer too much. Let's minimize this. So here we have a couple. So it's not gonna be that one. So if we open this up real quick, blueprint. Oh, this is all starter content. I actually don't even need this. My project can be deleted. Dang. Okay. Oh man. But yeah. So like I said, I had a lot of fun over at least when I was in Afghanistan. Like the major that was there, and the major of the overall, and then the captain of the grunts, or the infantry company. They were up on top of the embassy, so usually we had the snipers up at the top, and then they were up there kind of looking down at people, and they were whipping snowballs at people coming, like other not employees, but the soldiers, or not soldiers, even the Marines that were there, because we didn't have any army there. We actually did go to the army base or whatever that was kind of nearby to their PX once every 2 weeks. My project I don't need. We can delete that. Reviewing scripts. Plugin. Let me see. It might be on Unreal projects. Nope, not that one. Hang on. Here we go. We're gonna open a couple of them. But yeah, so they were up there just kind of whipping snowballs at the Marines that were walking by. That's what I heard. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't there for that one, but yeah. We had some contractors there that worked with the intelligence officers that we had there as well. That one of them I was talking to said that when he was younger, he was a Marine as well. I think he retired. And he was saying that when he was at an embassy, he was doing a patrol around the embassy at night, brand new. So he saw someone in the distance, and then he, shouted at them to stop, and he started walking towards the other person. The other person was walking towards him. He keeps telling him to stop, and he said he pulled the gun and he shot. Well, he shot the mirror that was on the other side that he didn't even know. Like, it was an entire mirror. Like, the entire wall was a mirror, from what he said. So and it was him that he said that he was the one that did it. And he shattered the mirror broke and stuff. And I don't know why they would have a mirror at the end of the hallway. Like I said, that's what he was saying. So I'm just based off of that. So once again, this does not. So if we look at our animated blueprints, so if we look at event graph, so there's nothing here. Animation. Oh, okay. That's what we got to do. All right, that makes sense. So we do grounds. Oh, character movement. So we want to get character movement. For self, I guess that'll work. Here it doesn't have it as self. You just have character movement. Oops. Oh. Velocity. Velocity. That's not gonna work, is it? Because you're doing the. Shoot. Oh, I know that sound. Someone followed. Oh, good. The lights are working too. What we got? Hey, thanks for the follow. Like I said, I do this. Yeah, I know, it's kind of beyond me as well. Oh, nice. Okay, I was about to say, your name looks very familiar. Oh, no, why did I do that? So if I Okay, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. We need to grab this back up. Chat. Let me grab my chat back. Yeah, your name. Look, I've seen you. I've seen your name somewhere. Let's see. Let's check it out. Yeah, honestly, it's kind of beyond me too. That's why I need to, kind of keep doing it. Oh, you're okay. Okay, I think yeah, you're usually in Tatsuya's stream, aren't you? Oh no, I didn't mean to close that. Shoot, let me reopen that. About that. Okay. All right. So I was working on fire. Okay. I was working on Firebot. I was trying to get it to set up as well. So if we go events, I think I need to do something else. Unless did it show the GIF? I didn't look. I couldn't tell. So I have this like auto shout out for everybody in Dragon's Nest, where it should have showed a GIF. I just grabbed a GIF. I probably grabbed the wrong one. I have to go look and see. So if your role includes like Dragon's Nest, so if we look at roles, this took me a little bit to figure out. Here. Oh, just the team. Okay, so yeah, their team roles that. See, I'm in the Twitch Creator Club and co-working one. Nope, I don't know. But yeah, welcome in though. Let's see what you reopen, close. There we go. What do you usually play out of curiosity? Actually, let me do this. Let's check out real quick just to see what you, because I don't know. I've seen you. You play. I got clips. It doesn't show what you play though. Does it show video? Nope. Okay. You I don't know. It doesn't show what you stream usually. I was gonna see what you stream. Actually, I'm following you. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's probably why I've seen you too. I don't know. Actually, I might have jumped in one of your streams like a little bit ago. I think. I'm just having trouble now. Minimize that. There we go. So we minimize that. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out like, 'cause this is not working. How validated get of character movement. You're doing a sequence. Your first sequence is this. So character movement. Why? So character. Okay, so that's all part of character movement. That's part of character movement. But it's every time I pull it out. Oh, also, so when I was there, we like I think I was talking about, we had a, I don't know why. Okay. I know. I need to do more though. I feel I feel like I'm not. Okay, ad breaks. Oh, there's an ad break right now. Dang it. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to figure out. Let's assign. Why is this not working? That's. Can I do movement? Do would it be controller? Player pawn. Movement component. Oh, there's no movement component. Oops, shoot. Shoot. Nope. Nope, not that one. This one. There we go. Shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. This is weird. Oh, should be done. Okay, so yeah, so I was gonna talk about. So I first thing I'll say. So when I was in Afghanistan, like I said, it actually snowed there. So I was kind of surprised at that. You know, you're in the Middle East, I would have thought, but no, it snowed there. One of the people that was hired to come and kind of do whatever needed to be done that could be done by the local population. You know, he was a soldier in the 1970s when the Soviets were there, and I think I don't remember exactly what he was doing, because that's about the time, you know, the Taliban kind of took over. It was around that time. If you actually look at older pictures from Afghanistan around that time, like, women didn't have to wear the stuff, you know, a lot of I mean, like I said, it's more of a religious thing that they wear, but when you look at pictures from that time, from what I've seen at least, they didn't have to wear I don't know what they're called, so I'm not gonna, you know, I think, you know, say what it's called, because I cannot think of it off the top of my head, but, you know, the full, maybe like the like all the stuff that they have to wear to cover themselves. Back in the 70s, before the Taliban took over, they didn't have to wear that. So at that time, I think the Soviets were fighting the Taliban and they got kicked out. Well, one of the guys that worked there, I think, was helping them, trying to, you know, have it so that they wouldn't be taken over. But regardless, so the Taliban wouldn't be taken over. But regardless, like, I think he was imprisoned, and he had, you know, some things done to him, unfortunately. And one of the things we did, because he always wore these old beat up shoes that you know, he just needed to replace, so we bought him a couple pairs of shoes, you know, because he was super nice, super helpful, you know, he did a lot for us, so we kind of helped him with shoes, and and he was so happy, you know, because that's, I guess, something he needed. And I know they gave him some other things too, but I just remember we gave him some shoes and some other things. I just don't remember what they were. Like, he kind of, like, I guess one of the things that, like, we were able to do was kind of go out into the city too. So we'd walk, we'd go down to the bazaar. And like I bought a CD that had, it was like thousands of games from like everything. It had Nintendo, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Sega, you know, the arcade ones like Mime or something like that. I forget what it was. But yeah, I bought that CD. I bought a whole bunch of other bootleg stuff when I was there. Oh man. But yeah, it was very interesting, you know, got to meet people when we were there. Like I said, it's kind of what I wanted to do. It wasn't the same way when I was in Iraq though. Like, we were on base, we couldn't leave the base. Like, when we first got there, like, they were launching mortars at us a couple times a day. So every one they launched, we'd launch like 20 back at them. And then it hit one of our ammo depots, and that was a couple days of just fire and explosions over there. It was on the other side of the base though. Like, the base was huge. Like, it was you had a air, like a runway right in the middle, so you had our side, and then you had the other main side. So, and the funny thing is when I was there, you had to rotate out certain people to do pick up people that were getting off the plane. So I had a bus. I would drive a bus around, drop people off from either going out. So I would go pick up people. Like, there's a route I would take every so often. So I would go from that location to, you know, the main side. Either drop and pick off people, then I'd, you know, go back to where I was stationed at for a week and a half. I think it was 10 days. And then I'd go over to my side that I was on and drive back. That's all the loop was. I would, you know, do that a couple times a day. Well, when I was there, I met my one of my drill instructors. He was the lowest drill instructor, because you had, you know, your senior drill instructor, and then you had a couple like as rank progresses. Like they're all staff sergeant was our senior drill, and then we had three sergeants. Three sergeants. Hang on, let me think. Is that three? I think it was three, and then the lowest one was like a new one coming on. So usually I think they usually only had three. They had the senior and then two, but I think we had three because he was coming in and someone was being rotated out. But when I saw him like 3 years later, he was already a gunnery sergeant. So I was like, geez. So when you're like, if you're a recruiter or if you go to the drill instructor side, you get promoted very quickly. I remember what he said too, but I'm not gonna say it on stream. It was like, geez. Oh man. Yeah, but like I said, I will say, if you're in, yeah, boot camp's gonna be, or whatever they call it, it's boot camp for me. It's gonna be really hard, because they're trying to make sure one, you work as a team, and two, that you follow all the rules that have come before, like all the rules, right? Just as everybody has before you have been there. So that's what they're trying to do, is enforce that. But once you're past that, once you go to school, and at least in the Marine Corps, once you go to school and then you get out into the fleet, into the Marines themselves, into wherever you're going, it's a lot better. And sometimes I wish I would have listened to my own advice. My own advice is, if you do one term, right? So you do your first 4-year enlistment. I do a second year, right? Or second enlistment, because those two enlistments are going to be completely different. As long as you follow the rules, you don't get demoted or nothing. You're starting off as like a private PFC Lance Corporal, or even a corporal. Like I got a corporal before I got out. I would have had sergeant if I would have re-enlisted. But I'll get into that in a little bit. But just do another 4 years, because those two are going to be completely different, because you have moved up. You're more in a leadership position. So, you would have a better, I think you'd have a better career trajectory, because you started low and then you worked your way to a sergeant, or maybe even a staff sergeant within that 8 years. And that would help. And that might either make you, hey, I really enjoy this. I really, like being here. I'll stay in, for 20, or even if you get out after that, 8 years, then you'll have a lot better chance, because would have met a lot more people. You would have had a lot more like understanding of things in how to lead people. And I don't, and when I look at things like that, leading someone is a lot, I think is better than being a manager, because yeah, you could have good managers, but if you want to be a good leader, all right? So even if you're not a manager, let's say you're a supervisor, like it gives you an understanding how to be a good leader, and knowing what to do. And you'd be like, oh well, they might micromanage you and blah blah. Well, I mean, sometimes they did, because of what was going on at the time. But not that bad, right? So I don't look at it as micromanaging. I mean, I look at it as, they're making sure you're doing what you need to do and you're doing it correctly, because people can die if something's messed up. So I don't really necessarily look at that as being a micromanager, as someone else could look at it as being. I mean, I could kind of see it, but it's yeah. I don't know. That's, oh yeah. Oh man. All right, so I don't even know what's going on. So we have, at least with this. Oh, wait. No. This doesn't go there. Close that out. I don't we have this target is pawn. So, get player. Get movement. Movement How do you... Okay, so this is where I had a whole bunch of notes. I just do not know where the notes are. Okay, let's look at this real quick. So we have so we'll need to create, we did the blend space 1D. You said idle. Oh, that's might be a good idea. Let's oops, shoot. Compile. Let's rename that. Excuse me. So we. Oh wait, no, it's this. Hang on. It's here. No, this is going to be walk, run. We don't want idle in this, right? So we'll save that. Close. Open this back up. Make sure it's all set up. So speed 600. We have our. This is still walking, right? So we're not really idle. Our idle is right here. It's this. We're gonna use that though. So these are default for Unreal. When you use, so we use the. Oh shoot, what's it called? I put something on this. Okay, so yeah. So when you usually do a template, when you start a project in Unreal, you'll get this whole thing. Since I did a blank project, I had to find and download the Manny and Quinn and then add them to this project so I can just use them. Because later on we'll when we do more of the animations, we'll then have to do a control rig, and yeah, we did it a little earlier, but then I'm like, I'm going to delete all this. We're just going to focus on not doing any of the normal assets. We're going to focus on doing just the movement and getting the animations done, and then we'll have to create the plugin, and then I think we can copy everything from here over into the plugin. I think. Like I said, I was working with the plugin, and that's where I had an issue, and I'm like, I don't want to do the plugin anymore. So we will. Okay, so we did have. Hang on, where'd it go? Oh, this one. Okay, so if we look here, we did our blend space. Okay, so the max access value for the blend space would be the max walk speed, which is 600. Okay, so the max need to be looked at. Can be found here, which we did. Make sure that they are both the same using is velocity 0. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go, right here. So, oh, perfect. So if we go back here, I don't know if this, we can check. Let's check and see if this will work. Yeah, if you guys want to hear any other stories, let me know. I don't have too many. Unfortunately, they're there somewhere. It's just I would have to try to jog one up. So if we look, you have this. Get movement component from. We did do this, I thought. Okay, so we got our movement component. Okay, so we have our pawn owner, right? So that's, what is a pawn owner? So let's look that up real quick. So let's duplicate tab in Unreal. What is a pawn owner? All right, so pawn owner refers to the actor that owns or controls over a pawn. Okay, this is a controller. Okay, so all right. So basically what it's saying is a pawn owner is the actor that owns or has control of the pawn. So oops, that wasn't that. So this would be our pawn owner. And then So then we do target, then we do velocity. It'd be a get velocity. Then Q. Then we'll do so vector is 0. So if we're not moving, right? So like I said, I don't know how to do this in C++. Which is why I'm doing it in blueprints. Because I have notes on how to do it, which we do know how to do that. And dragging different animations that will be used. Okay, when dragging in around, remember. Oh, shift a lot. Okay, and then drag off blends. Okay, so in the graph, we can drag off the blend space if we create 2 pins. Oh, okay. So it's length, or oops, vector length XY. There we go. Promote. Oh, okay. So then we can promote this to speed. Oh shoot. Let's first let's delete this. Yes. So this is the speed. Oh, we didn't even have to delete it. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. We didn't have to delete it. Oh well. Rename. We'll name this speed. So it. All right. So we have speed, right? To validate a get. Can go back and connect ground speed to the. So does this go? So it's saying. I don't think you can do this one to a validated get. I'm not seeing an option for it. I don't know if this is right, but we'll test it. So we can highlight this too, and you just hit Q and it lines it up to make sure it's lined up. So if we go, okay, that's not what we wanted. Save this. We don't need it is in there. We don't need to crouch because we're not crouching. We're just moving. So we want slots. Default slot. There we go. And that's for montages. Oh, what am I? Why it's not working? It's I have this. Compile. Did not do anything. Nothing. Shoot. It's not going how I wanted at all. As I said, I've done animations, but don't need that. We don't really need this because we're not going to be creating a montage anytime soon. This is only, we can expand on this later when we, I think. So speed might be wrong. This might be wrong. Okay. Where is... remember what I was looking for. No, what was I looking for? Shoot, I don't remember. Let's see. Nope. Oh, I must have closed it. I think it's this one. Yeah, it was this one. So this is everything for moving in the blueprint, but we need animations. So can use blend space. Let's just. Oh, I don't. Don't need that twice. Oops. Nope. Research stuff. So we did this. We created this. Basically, then it shows the graph. We can actually look at this real quick. We go. Click. We can click it. Click it. Shift click. So basically, it's showing. Here's your 1D line, you know, what's where. So you'd have your that idle walk, or that little motion of your walking, and then you'd have your actual walking and then running. There's nothing there. So we can close this. Okay, oops, control click. What is this? Oh, because if you're doing a 2D, you want to delete that other pin because you don't need it. Dragon. Oh man, I don't know where I'm dragging in this from though. Convert. Is this? I wonder if this is on the. Okay, so I think what's going on is this isn't going to work. Okay, let's delete this. Okay, so I don't know how to do this exactly. Oops, we can actually just stop it from here. So the nice thing about this, we can go in here and we can just hit stop and that closes out. We have some other ones open still, but that's not the one we're working on. So what we need to do is in our character controller, we need to add a speed. Probably, oops. Probably up here. It wouldn't be an integer. It'd be a float speed. We add speed there. Now, how do I incorporate... I wonder. So let's, like I said, I use like ChatGPT or X's Grok or whatever. I don't know. Grok. It looks like Grok to me. To kind of give me some ideas of how to do stuff. So in Unreal C++, for animations, how do I create the speed variable? Oh, we have to do a whole custom. We have to do a whole custom one? Interesting. Okay, so this is saying if it's not the pawn owner, you're going to try to get the pawn owner. If you're the pawn owner, then you're going to get the velocity equals, you know, the pawn owner, and you're going to grab that velocity and ignoring the vertical. Okay. Speed equals velocity size. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe. We'll see. So if we go, let's say, go here, and I have looked up a lot of stuff. I don't even know what I looked up. What it's like, just Unreal 5 stuff. It looks like custom jumps and stuff. I thought I was looking up some other things too. I forget what it was. Oh, and for animations, I wonder, should I do that though? That's the thing. That's what I'm kind of confused about too. So on my character, okay. Okay, so then you set it. All right. Oh, and then you set it to 0, and then you tick. Oh, then you're seeing how fast you're going every time. What time is, or how long have we been? We've got, ad starts in 2 minutes, or just under 3 minutes, I should say. I do have to use the bathroom. I drink too much coffee. Way too much coffee. And usually I eat at noon. We've only been streaming for about an hour and a half, so I'll probably go for a little bit longer. What are we doing? Oh, my coffee's empty. Okay, I hope it's not too cold. I forget to drink it. But yeah, actually, I think was a, let's see, let me go back real quick. Well, a jarhead trying to learn coding is going to be fun. Because I can see both of these kind of working. So when you're going here, you know, you're creating an anim instance. If you don't have one, create an anim instance, and then you're creating... But how would this work though? Because the speed equals this, but what is this? Maybe you would get it when you're actually moving. So, but here it's just putting it, which is, I would think would be more what you should do, but what actually is still wrong, because I would think, float speed, and then on your player controller, that's where you're doing actually, is it though? No, would you do it on your player character? Maybe you do it on your player character, actually. Let's cut that out. So if we do this, it'll show, oops, this one will show us our player source, untitled game, which is not, we're not doing it. Once I get this all figured out, we're going to move everything over until a new, a new project, and we're just going to name it movement plugin and then go from there. Okay, so we go to this one, character player character, yeah, that one. So we can close the controller. I don't think the controller should have that. We want a protected section, and then we'll do a float speed. I'm going to capitalize the S in speed. Oh, looks like ads are being run. Give me 1 second. I gotta use the bathroom. I just gotta remember what buttons I need to press. The toggle camera. There we go. And the mic. Okay, I'm back. I had to get some food. Got some jerky. So we do flow. Oops, no, gotta do tab. There we go. I guess most of our other ones are like that. Spelled it wrong. Oops. Capital S. Okay. Oh, and then we need detect. Would that work though? So it's having it in the public. I'm gonna put it in the private though. That'll be a virtual void tick. And override. I generate that. Let's see if this works. I'm not sure if it's gonna work because that has get character movement. And then we have, okay, so velocity. Do we have a velocity? We do. So it looks like it's going to work. So then, now I got to open it. It's going to take a minute. Waiting for it to open. It's still opening. This was successful. It's building on the other screen. There we go. Nope. So now let's see if it's in there. I don't think it's going to be though. That's the whole thing. I think what we need to do is what, because we already had speed set up, that's why. So let's delete the speed. Let's go in here, delete, no speed there. Delete the speed there. Compile. I don't remember. I don't think we put it anywhere else. Help. Animation blueprint. I think that was our first mistake. I always forget. That is what I'm gonna always forget to do. All right. So let's do. We do first. Actually, let's do this real quick. We do walk, run forward. Let's do this real quick. Let's check this out. Hey, how you doing today? DS Texas. Okay, it's okay. I thought maybe it might blink. Okay, so if we just trying to. Okay, so it's not looping. That's the first thing that has an issue. So we're not looping. All right, just easy enough to fix. Powered official upcoming dating sim. That sounds kind of interesting. If I'm too loud too, let me. Oh my gosh, I'm a little loud. Give me 1 second. I didn't realize I was that loud. Power old more than just pals. That's a perfect. Let me see if I'm okay. So I'm still kind of getting a little high. Oh my gosh. There we go. Powered more than just that's good. New power world. New power world. Is it made by the same people? Hang on, It is made by Pocket Pair. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's gonna be kind of funny. Nintendo can't come after him then, right? Oh, jeez. What do you call a marine that's underwater? A marine? Submarine. Oh. Actually, we were just when my wife and I were walking today. There's I guess a Navy vet was stationed on a submarine, and then it basically said, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. Like it talked about what he was doing, and it's like basically at the very end, it's like I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna walk away, and I was like, what? It's like because you don't know we're here, you can't see us. Pretty much invisible. I remember, what was it, Down Periscope that had where they're trying to get away from somebody, and you had one of their people were acting like a fish and just moving around on board, so they'd go away. Do they pull your teeth out for submarines? They pull your teeth out. I don't know. Oh. So the funny thing is I had actually that's another story I have. So I was in loop the animation there. Do that real quick before I forget. So this actually works. Works. And it's still not looping. I don't know what's going on. It should have looped. So when I was in Iraq, I had my wisdom teeth taken out. They said I needed them taken out when I went to dental before I left to Iraq. They said I could either just wait or I could have them done there. So I'm like, all right, we can just have them done there. So when I was getting them removed, I need to tighten this up a little bit. But when I was getting them removed, so the dentist removed this. Still falling down. This microphone is heavy. Supposedly this arm is supposed to hold up this microphone, but it, like, I already threw away one of them because it was junk because it couldn't do it. But yeah, so when I was over there, so the dentist took out 2 of them, and then he's like, hey, can my doctor friend take out the other 2? And I'm like, sure. So the doctor took out the other 2. So I was like, geez, I guess because, you know, I didn't know there was something they could do, but yep, that's what they did, which I was fine with. I didn't care. I looped it. Why isn't it looping? Retargeted. Well, it should. 2003. Yeah, it does the whole thing, but it at least when getting punched there will be less teeth to lose. Yeah, I guess it kind of depends on where you're getting punched too. That's fine. Okay, I was checking. I have a loop set, but it doesn't loop. I don't know if I should have done that. We'll see what happens. Play. Oh. So the funny thing is when I push play here, let's see what this does. Nope. Dang it. I'm just trying to figure out why this is not working. Oh, wait. Let's... Just remember, anything can be considered a UFO if you don't know what it is and it's flying, because it's, I mean, that's the way I look at it. But no, I didn't see any weird things going on, at least when I was in. I mean, you'd probably want to talk to someone maybe more like in the Air Force, because at least when my aunt was in, she was she worked in the tower. Yes, so if I see something I don't know what it is, it's a UFO. Like if I see a blinking light in the sky and it's moving, it could be a plane. I don't know if it is for sure. So technically it would be a UFO since I can't physically see it. All I see is a blinking light. This is not working. Nope. Just when I was in a, let me see. Yep, I was right. CH-53. So I wrote in a CH-53. I had to make sure. How many? Let me make sure it was that. CH-53. Yep. Okay. So it was a CH-53. It says it's carry 37 to 55 troops. Perfect. So when I was writing in that, the pilots were kind of crazy. They were like trying to. It seemed like they were trying to go upside down because we were flying, and they're like, whoa, and then they're like, whoa. So they're going crazy. I was like, geez, and that's a helicopter. Pretty sure it was a 53. Yep. CH-53D Sea Stallion. Actually, maybe in Cherry Point too. That's in North Carolina. $200 drones are the future. So I saw a guy standing on a drone, and he was like, I think he got in trouble. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, you guys probably won't be able to hear it, but I can show you. Let me see where it's at. Hang on. Hang on. I'm not. Oh, here we go. It's like at the very end. Something like this. But they were doing it in. Oh, yeah, that's. I mean, they use. When I was in Iraq, they were using unmanned drones to drop missiles and stuff. I think. Pretty sure they're using. No, to do spying. My bad. They were taking aerial photos. That's what. Later on, after I got out, I think they were doing that. Oh, you're talking about. They launched them from enemy trucks. Yeah, I know Iran did that recently when, because all the tension over there. OP spiderweb. Like I know Iran launched a number of drones over to Israel with everything that's going on there. So I was like, yeah, Why can't everybody just get along? It's like it's too hard or something. Don't. Oh man, this is not looping. Was a covert drunk up by the Secret Service of Ukraine deep inside of Russia. And, oh! Air Force's long range. Oh, geez. At 5 air bases. Boloya. I can't pronounce any of those. Using drones. Launched from trucks of. I did not hear about that at all. I mean, I usually don't. I mean, I don't look at news too much. Yeah, that's operations. Secret Service of Ukraine deep inside of Russia. Using drones concealed in a launch from trucks. Oh, so it's from oh, so they probably stole Russian trucks and used them to launch it so that they could have gotten as far as they did. Yeah, no, like I said, they steal trucks and they just hired them. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so it says, I mean, I don't know it was a number of months ago, but oh, April of 24. I thought it was more recent than that. But yeah, Iran launched 170 drones, 30 cruise missiles, and 120 ballistic missiles at Israel as well. So it seems like drones are starting to become more of a that type of thing. All right, I'm gonna have to do some more research because this. All right, hang on. Let's do. So we have. Do state machine. Okay, so we can delete this. Let's try this. Because I think the hockey range will be required to have any anti-drone weaponry as well as any truck passing will be stopped to check contents and stuff like that. I mean, that's honestly, that would be from anywhere too. I mean, not even just there. I mean, here in the U.S. too, because you know anything could happen. Add states, idle. Save, compile, go back. Other states. What happened was that every container stream just. Jeez. Oop. Oops, shoot. One space. Yeah, that's pretty crazy for them to kind of get that close to be able to do that. Variable. Yeah, well, that's like I said. I don't understand why people can't just like not have a not fight each other. It's dumb in my opinion. There's really no need for it. Oh, I have something you want, so you're gonna come attack me because of it? Oh, I mean, I don't know. It's why. Why not just work with them, get a treaty? It's imperial ambition. I mean, it'd be easier for just to have them have a treaty where they could. My country's in crosshairs too. Well, like I said, I don't understand why they couldn't just have a treaty with Ukraine where they have access to that sea that they want so bad. Because then if you get a treaty and then you're able to actually get down there, I mean, then there's nobody would be fighting because you have what you want. You have access to get in there for exports. They had a treaty, they did break it. Oh. Okay, Oh. I don't know how, like I said, I kind of take it with a grain of salt because it is Wikipedia. But yeah, that's, yeah. There was one that said Ukraine give up its stockpile. Yeah, you could even with okay. Yeah, like I said, there's really no need. I mean, they had everything they wanted. They could do what was needed, but I think, what was it, back in the day that used to be part of Russia or USSR or something, and then they want it back because of the strategic location that it is, I think. So then they're like, all right, we're gonna just attack because we think this, and then they went and did that. So like I said, it's things that shouldn't need to be done. Hey, how you doing, Radicookie? Hopefully you're having a good day. Yeah, I completely agree. It is very stupid. Oh, pretty good. I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know. Was player movement component. Trying to get my animations to work. Get movement components. Then we're going to do was vector. Get vector. Military is for self-defense, not for attacking your neighbors. Okay, sorry, I was thinking. I mean, I agree with that. 100% agree with that. It's just if it's only for defense, then there really wouldn't be a need for the military. So I mean, no, actually, it would be because you got like North Korea, Russia, and yeah. Attacking random. Or attacking random countries. You want I just live here, man. That's all I got. I just live here. Oh, it's velocity. It's getting velocity. My bad. Vector length y, and then we can do. We got speed. I think it's that way. It is. Speed here. Didn't pick the spawn points. Shoot. Oh, dang it. They want that to happen. Born in the US, just live here. Yeah, so, like I said, I think I need to find some freaking energy to start working. Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's why I decided to cut it up. I will get back to you here in a second, DS. I decided to break it up, going from making a game into making plugins so that I can then grab plugins for my game, put them into the thing, and then just start building the world, because I think that'd be a little easier. So right now I'm working on a plugin rather than a game. Didn't pick the spawn point. Born in the US. I just live here. Like I said, I look at it as, is there really a need to go, you know, start wars, attack people and stuff? No, there's not. It's just people thinking they have not necessarily the right, but people thinking that I don't know how to say it. I can think of a few reasons for you needing energy or how to get energy. I'm trying to think of how I can word it. No, because then you're gonna have China. Yep. And the next, so if you actually that was more of a frontal assault, right? Now as time progressed, more than likely anytime you go into a war nowadays, it's going to be all guerrilla warfare. Honestly, as time progresses, you know, things change. So who's to say, you know, in 100 years, you know, North Korea and South Korea don't, you know, eventually, you know, come back together. I mean, there's no way in knowing stuff to have drones. Every unit to have drones. Well, drones can be used for a lot of stuff. You can use it for, you know, recon, you know, covert ops, like what they were doing before. Would it be your right to attack North Korea with China or any other country with? No, I still think there's a better way than attacking. That all right? So I'm not. Hang on. Oh, ads should be done now. I didn't even know ads were starting. Awesome. So when it comes to something like that, I think a more diplomatic approach, going forward would be better. Like a war would be literally the last resort. There's literally nothing else you can do. That is, like I said, if he starts doing something where war is the last resort, becomes it needs to happen type of thing. Like I said, be diplomatic, but then if he decides to start doing, you know, creating things he shouldn't be doing or doing things he shouldn't be doing, that is affecting not necessarily just his country but other countries, he started. Yes. So, like I said, that was a that's like I said, that was a last resort. Like I said, yeah. So, like I said, me personally, it's try to be diplomatic, and then war. I'm not saying don't do war, but war is a last result or resort. You should. I mean, you need to try everything else before that. There isn't like when we got involved. We didn't even get involved till the end. So we being America wasn't even involved till the end when Japan's be like, yeah, we're gonna go kamikaze on America, and then they just messed up very largely. But like I said, we were trying to stay out of it, so we were being somewhat, I guess, diplomatic, and then they attacked us, so we have to retaliate, and that's that. I would look at that more as a justifiable means, because who's to say they wouldn't have continued to do that? Man, I don't know if I'm now being kind of going back on what I'm saying either. I mean, like I said, yeah. Germany did as well. Once they, so you got to remember, back when Napoleon was around, he went into Russia as well, and a lot of people died. That's what Hitler did, was go into Russia, and he messed up because, yeah. I don't think if America didn't get involved, I think it would have came out the same way. I think America just quickened that. Is all. It's my opinion. Because Germany was pushing into Russia, and then like a lot of their stuff was broke and froze. Russia just went boom and just like smashed them and just pushed them right back out all the way up to Berlin. So like I said, I don't think, or back into Germany. So I don't think that. I just think America helped to quicken the results, rather than we did the actual like we were the ones that pushed it over so it would happen. Yeah, and they're in the bunker. I thought Hitler like committed suicide. Yes, ended himself. And take the massive casualties, but there wasn't much that. Okay, so I'm going to do something because I've noticed nobody else has. So we are going to... Oh, it's up here. So I forgot to tell you guys. So we did add a new change the color. We're going to... So I think I told some of you. I didn't want to mention this again. So real quick, YouTube Red. So YouTube can do this one. I haven't quite set that up yet. Nobody can do the middle one. That's like a color I'm going to leave as like the default color. The last one is purple. It's Twitch purple. I specifically look for the hex code, put it in. So what I'm trying to do is allow people, like on YouTube can change the YouTube one, people on Twitch can change the color of the Twitch one. It's supposed to be 30 seconds, so if we changed it from the Twitch purple to what's a good color? Oh, you can look at the colors too, but we're going to do cyan, I guess. So if we do cyan, and then yeah, I'm an amazing streamer. I need to turn that off. So it changed the color. It should only be for 30 seconds. I think it's going to do permanent, so we can. I need to check that real quick. But let's go back real quick. Oops, this one. Russia and Soviet Union can take millions of casualties, still keep going. It's like a tsunami. Kind of. So you also have to remember, and it's not even that. So if you actually look at the when people die, like females in Russia live to like their 70s, men live until their 50s, I think, if I remember right. That might have been from a while ago. So this says the military is total size. Well, it says it's 1.32 million active, 2 million reserves. And you gotta remember, size does not matter. I mean, look at what the Marines did during the Korean War and the Chosin Reservoir. You had a, what is it? Let's see. What was it? Let me make sure. I don't want to. Hey, how you doing, Marcus? Sorry, I'm just looking something up real quick. Back in like the Chosin Reservoir, it says, I thought it was a many. So basically, yeah. So there was 12,000 Marines. I think that's a battalion of Marines took on. Yeah. So coding A. So yeah, true. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. So we have. So we compile with an issue. Never title to. Oh shoot! You want to know what? Here. Need to go out. We need to do. Oh, we actually shoot. We need to create a whole new one too. So we need to see if the velocity. Crap. That's the other one we needed to do. I closed it again? Dang it. Okay, here we go. I did maybe. All right, so we need to do this one real quick. Animation blueprint. Jeez. Yeah, but we gotta remember though, they yeah. It was just a very bad war. Like I said, I don't think they wars are, I don't think there should be, honestly. It's, yeah. Okay, so hang on, we need, we have this same thing here. So we can create. Oh wait, we'll do this. Is velocity? Nope. Hang on. So it's not just the military. That's everybody in total. So just to let you know that. Velocity is 0 function. Where's this at? So drag off of this. velocity is 0. There is no velocity is 0. Yeah, let's kind of move it away from that. So I can't really do these two states until so if we look here, we have so I will, this is, all right, last thing I'm going to say on this topic is you can look it up. It's 8.7 million military members from Russia died, and then 19 million civilians died. So that would be 27 million total people died during World War II in Russia. So that's what is supposedly, according to some records that I was just looking at. But so that's the last on that topic. No more, please. I could tell some stories when I was in. Some more, I don't know how many more I have. I'm kind of told out. Trying to think. Nope. I don't really have a whole lot more that I can think of off the top of my head. I think I told all the ones when I was in. You didn't tell me. Oh no. So Cherry Point was just was a Marine base. Oh, I'll answer here in a second, right, a cookie. Is a Marine air base. So they do, that's where some of the people are that fly planes or helicopters at. That's all I was saying there. So they could have seen something. I just wasn't there. I wasn't stationed there. So the plugin I'm trying to do is get it set up to do only the movement. And I have where I can move, right? Oops. So we can move. I'm just trying to finish it up by doing the animations. So it kind of looks weird when it's moving. It looks like they're leaning forward, but they're not. But there's not going to be a jump and there's not going to be a crouch. I'm going to add those in later on if if I want the game itself to have a crouch or a jump, I'll add it at that point rather than adding it into this plugin. I mean, I guess I could add it into the plugin. Actually, I probably should add it into the plugin, but be able to turn it off depending on if I'm doing a top-down or if I'm doing a third person. Because this is going to be the top-down or third person too. So we have the top-down camera set right now. I'm going to have to then have some sort of switch between this one and the third person, depending on the game I want to make, and then, kind of go forward from there. So when it boils down to it, camera position is what this is going to look at. So top down, third person, it's going to, I guess now thinking about it, I'm going to add a jump, crouch, the movement's done, and then the animations for both. Just build in a switch. It's not that hard. Yeah, I was looking into that a little bit, and they did mention using a switch. I'll have to figure out how to do. Like I said, I'm new at coding and just blueprints. I have a somewhat of an understanding of them. It's just hard for me to remember how to do it myself. So I thought the speed would work, but that is not working. So I have to figure out how to get the speed to work, because we have like this. So I need this to work too. So we can click this real quick. Can I zoom in? I cannot zoom in. So velocity, and then there's a vector is 0. So get movement component. So we have get movement component. We have velocity, and then vector is is 0, and I don't have vector is 0. Wait, what's it go? Oh. Okay. Oops. Ah! There we go. Oops. Okay, so what we can do is then do this. And then promote to variable. Oh, is velocity 0, my bad. Is velocity, oops, 0. So then, oh, I can't compile. Then we gotta go back to here. And we have is velocity 0, get not, and then, okay, so velocity is not 0, so idle to state, which I need to rename. We don't need, why? Okay, I don't think it's in my other one. Yeah, I have to. Like I said, I read about a switch, and I'm like, I don't know how to use that. We'll have to ask AI. AI will help me so I can understand. What's the warning though? Hang on, let's go back to locomotion. So. Go in here, we should do this. Okay. Okay. We got it working. We got it working. Oh, no, no. It's working weird, right? So let's wait a little bit. So it should have stopped. Like, now... So I gotta figure out why it's doing that. Okay, so we got that working. But it's... idle's not... What's idle? That is not idle. This is idle. That's idle. Why is this listening to Christmas? I could have swore I took out the Christmas stuff. Remove download. There, we'll do that. Oh, listen to Christmas. Okay, so we have... Like I said, I don't know how to do this in C++. I'll have to look into it a little bit more. I'm trying to... Okay, so... So the idle's working. Yeah, like I said, if anybody... Oh, it did go back, I think. Okay, so the 100 points, that is to change the color of that one for Twitch. It just changes it for 30 seconds. I set it to an arbitrary number. I tried 120 and that did not work. You know, for 2 minutes. I was gonna maybe even set up to 5 minutes of change, and then if someone like overridden it, hopefully I have to figure out how to make it so it'll probably 2 minutes, maybe I might set it to, but then nobody can change it for 2 minutes, and then once it changes back, then someone can change it. I'll have to figure out how to do that. That might be something to do in StreamerBot, I think. But yeah, so StreamerBot works with Lumia Stream, which is what I'm using. But that's there. So we should be. So I don't know why we're doing that. Oh. So I think I'm doing this wrong. I could have swore it was this. You want to know what? It's not. It's less than equal to 0. Uh-oh. Is that working? It is working. Yes. Okay. I got it. Thank you. Thank you, Hannah. I will drink some. I actually have some flavored water. I don't drink pop anymore. Oh, I'm not gonna say anymore. I don't drink pop that much, and I drink coffee instead. Well, thank you for that. I did need that. Right in my mouth. So we have 0. Self-care is key. Yes. Yes, that worked too. I couldn't remember. I thought I like. So I use this. So then in here we can edit. I have a number of people, and it looks like I thought I added you somewhere in here. Next page. Yep. I got a ton of people in here. I need to add more that come in. I got a lot of people. I add them as they come in. Yeah, okay, it did work. Okay. But yeah, so that's some of the Lumia stream stuff I have. I wanted to get my lights back up and running. Like I said, I have I think 3 more of these. Let me see. I don't even. There we are. These nice little Philip Hue lights, which is what these are up here. And that's like the Go one or something. And I got a whole empty shelf. I need to kind of get the wires up. I just wanted to get it up and running. So I just need to figure out what to fill this up with. And then, like I said, you can change the. I'd have a strobe light party. That's based on the music. The strobe. Well, not strobe light. It's a string light. They're nice. I mean, like I said, I bought the it's 189 now, but I bought the Lumia Stream like lifetime partner or lifetime premium membership thing for like $150. Powered's you're gonna play the sweet Power dating. I find that interesting. Like 100 and then free. You need 100, and then I have not played Pal World in general yet. Honestly, I have so many games I need to play right now that I'm slowly working through every single game I've not played and beaten. If I've played it and not beaten it, I'll go back and play it and then beat it. But I have too many games. I will get there though. Pokemon, so you need like 100, and then yes, it's actually a game by the people that created Pal World, and they called it Power Dating. Yeah. Oops, if I can type. Nope, that's Stream Deck. I want Steam. I type Stream. Okay, where are you at, Steam? Oh, here we are. So if we go. Yeah, be announced. So it's from Pocket Pair, same developer as Pal World. More than just pals. So it's I don't know. I guess that's kind of weird. I am not understanding. Yeah, but honestly, I have a lot of games I need to play right now. Oh, okay. I see you on YouTube as well. Yeah, I streamed to YouTube just so I can kind of look back and see how bad I was, and then kind of be like, oh, that's how bad I was. It just made the quiet part loud. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't. Do I have? Oh, it is up. I might need to change the color again of that. But yeah, I'd like if I'm playing like another game like Fortnite or whatever game I'm playing, I won't, which I do on rare occasions. I might start doing it a little more. Maybe one day, like Sunday or something, I might play ESO or something. Because I need to level up my guys on ESO. Play play Night Ray. Oh man, I don't have that yet. I played gosh, what game was that? Elden Ring has duos. I think that's the Elden Ring. Okay. Standalone adventure within the Elden Ring. Okay. Oh, so it's not like a Souls-like? That's interesting. I'm trying to remember how to do this. So if we go back here, does not equal. Oops. Oh, okay. So what do we not? That would be not equal. Like I said, I don't remember how to do this. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay. Nope, that's not right. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I don't have that game yet. Like I said, I'm going to focus on the ones I do have first, and then I'll go back. I have too many. So to give you an idea of how many games I have. So I have a ton of games. Not all of these I need to play. Like I have all these I got from when they were cheap. Some of these I won't like really play. I mean, I'll play them, but they're not like there's some I do want to play. But I have a ton. Like that's not a game. That's a program. No, so I got all these. Like I have all the Final Fantasies too. Oh, most of them. Yeah, I actually just got that recently too. Where's it at? Up here? Yeah, 7 Days to Die. I used to like Star Wars. This was before Disney bought Star Wars, is when I got these. I do want to play some of these though. Someone else mentioned that it's a good game. I only bought it because it was on sale. The graphics and stuff and how it looks and feels, I don't think it's worth the $45. I mean, if they put it up for maybe $19.99 or something, I could see that. I'd have been fine with that. But $45 is, I think it's too much. So I waited till it was on sale. I don't know. I think there's a way you can look. Let me see if you can look. Help Steam support. My account. Data related. Steam account. External. Hang on. Oh wow, really? Okay. I haven't played it yet. I do have it downloaded because I know someone else that streams it. Hang on. Hang on, I'm checking right now to see how much money I've spent. Approve. So, yes, I've spent too much. Wait, hang on. Should I see if there's any... I'm not seeing anything that would give it out. So here you go. That's over... Oh, God. Like 12 years? Or more? That would probably be more. So if you do, hang on, so calc. If I do just extra, I don't think I bought any software. So if we do like 6,000. Oops. Nope. Enter. Okay. 6. So that's on average how much I spent. $19.05 a game. So that's 315. That's not bad. To be honest, games are so expensive these days that it doesn't take that many games to hit 500 now. Every game costs. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't buy them brand new anymore. Oh, so this was on YouTube. I'm sorry. So Anna's on YouTube. I think she's probably over on Twitch still too. So she said, to be honest, games are so expensive these days that it doesn't take that many games to hit 500 now. Every game costs about 70. Yeah, if you buy if you buy good oldies. Yeah, like I said, I like the Final Fantasy series a lot. That's why I have those. I liked a lot of the older Star Wars games. I like Battlefront more than I like I think Battlefront and Battlefront 2, and then the Battlefront 3 I think was the latest one out. Or maybe they just re-released Battle. I don't know. Were you the one that told me about that? I think I picked that up. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did though. Yes. I did. I picked it up. I haven't downloaded it yet. I have too many games I need to play, so it's there. It's just not there. And this guy's going slow. I don't know why he's doing this. So let's kind of write some notes, I guess. Metro Gravity? Never heard of that. I don't want to open Notepad. Okay. So we'll just use this. We can erase that. So I need to animation issue I am having. So I will be working on this. I do need to kind of get going. I still haven't eaten yet all day. Last time I ate, I think it was yesterday at 6:30 or 7 p.m. So I'm just a scotch hungry. Figure out the animation issue I'm having. So I'm gonna do this off stream or off when I'm not streaming. And then I'll kind of go through it. I ate cheese and chips. Cheese and chips. So chips is well, hang on. Because so in the United States, chips are like chips, right? Potato chips. And then you have crisps. Okay. That's what I thought. Because I was about to say, then you have crisps, which like in the UK, crisps are chips, but chips are fries. So, and I remember you mentioning that you kind of live not in, or over in Europe. So I thought maybe it's something like that. But yeah, so I'm going to, shoot, where'd it go? Right here. I am going to raid out though, just because, like I said, I need to go grab some food. I am getting very hungry. I live in the amazing dictatorship of the UK. Let's see. Now I'm kind of curious. Oh yeah. Oh. Well, like I said, there's a lot of things in the world that I wish would change. Like, there's just no need for it. But I mean, then again, you have people that want to be in power and kind of are horrible when they're that way. So there's not really a whole lot. Oh yeah, I know they have the, like, I mean, even in what's going on, I guess now with the gaming stuff that's been going on, you know, I think it kind of leads from that, if I remember right. I think that's what was one of the issues in like the UK was that, where they were trying to take away a lot of the stuff related to that. But anyways, like I said, I do. Oh yes, they're saying that they didn't do it, and then they're like, here's your rules that saying you're doing it. So I don't know. Whatever you say, whatever floats your boat. I know. So I was watching Devro, and he went off to raid. Actually, Kavino's on. I'll probably raid him. Ooh, Zed is on. Let's go raid him. We're gonna go raid Zed. Zed Shaw, he's doing, it says he's doing Go++. Let's re-implement GNU core Utes and Go, no brain rot stream. So we'll go right over to him. I like him. He does a lot of different things that's really interesting. So but yeah, I hope you all have a awesome day. I will try to go grab some good food. I might just drag my wife out and grab some food. maybe Potbelly or Panda Express or something. But anyways, yeah, I'll be on. I'll try to be more consistent one day sometime during the week, and then Friday and Saturday. It all depends on when my daughter works. I'll try to make it Friday so I can have a little bit more stream time, but if she works on Friday, I'll try to make it another day. Not Wednesday. I go shopping. I don't even get home till like and then I still have to go for a walk at like 8, so yeah, it's not gonna be Wednesday at all. But yeah, I hope you all have a awesome day. So YouTube, I will see you later. I will end your stream right now, so bye bye YouTube.